Thank you for staying with us. No Voice Unheard is hosting our Justice for Our Streets event to unite the community in the midst of gun gang and street violence. Here to tell us more is the founder of No Voice Unheard, Melody Jimenez. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you.
So tell me, what inspired you to create this organization?
What inspired me was Junior's murder. I physically went out there and I interacted with a lot of youth during that time. And at that point, I realized that a lot of murders were occurring in the Bronx due to gun, gang, and street violence. So I decided to hold a...
Now, for those who, I'm sure everybody in the
Yes.
Bronx pretty much knows who's Junior, but
Yes.
for those who don't,
Right.
Junior was a young man who was brutally killed by a group of young men who came out, and it was actually a mistaken identity, and he was killed at a local bodega. And we've been covering this story, and it's just very sad. So we're very happy when individuals like yourself are taking it upon themselves to
Right.
start organizations like this to get the guns off the street.
Correct. So in the midst of doing that, I realized, speaking to his friends, that it was weighing heavy on them. So I wanted to just create a day where we come out and we honor all kids that were lost to gun, gang, and street violence. It's an uncomfortable conversation for many, but I think it's needed, and it's definitely something that we need to bring awareness to, that gangs do run the streets in the Bronx, and they are visibly within our teens. So I'm just here to give the voice to the ones that are lost and to tell the teens that gangs are not the way, street violence is not the way, any form of violence is not the way.
Now, you were raised in the Bronx.
Correct.
So we've seen how the Bronx has changed in many ways, but
Yes.
like you said, there's still some young ones who are still getting mixed up in these gangs.
Correct.
How are you going about reaching them? Because sometimes that could be very difficult, you know?
Well-
when they already have their mindset on this is the way to do it,
Right.
you know, this is how my friends are doing it. What methods are you using to bring them out of that, mindset?
Well, I'm sitting with local leaders considered in the streets to be called OGs, and we're creating peace within the Bronx. So I sit with local leaders, and we're formulating different peace treaties within the Bronx. So that's what we're doing now. We've sat down with many different organizations, leaders for peace, and that's how I bring peace. I actually go into different communities and speak to them to see how we can bring this awareness to the teens. And, you know, I mean, I've seen a big difference. The walk itself brings a lot of families together, and it's an amazing feeling to even be there. Last year, there was 500 families that came from different states, different, you know, boroughs. It's a day of love, and I do, you know, I want to tell the public it's a good experience. You know, it may be uncomfortable for many. It's uncomfortable for me to even speak about it because it's not spoken about often, but it's something that I want to create in the Bronx, and it's going to be yearly, so it's going to be something that we hear about. And you know, if it's uncomfortable, it's going to be comfortable eventually for people to start speaking about.
So tell us about the event that's going to be taking place on October 26th.
Yeah, it's a day that many families come out. They wear T-shirts to describe, you know, their loved one. It'll be visible on their shirt. It's a day that I provide music, food, gifts for the moms, just to bring them together, just so they can relate with stories. The news usually covers it. Ruben Diaz attended last year. It's a great event for people just to come together to see what's going on in our community and just to bring peace.
No, that's excellent. And you're talking about it, the theme. Is there a theme that you have? Like I see that you're all about uniting and showing power in numbers.
My theme is justice for our youth. Because even though that Junior's case was the biggest case, there was a murder the day before that was barely recognized. We have about 20 youths that were killed in the Bronx last year. If you can see my flyer, all those kids were from the Bronx, majority of them. Maybe about 6 of them were from different states, but yeah, 20 murders in the Bronx last year, just 92 this year. Not teens, but 92 in general, and we're only in October.
Wow. Well, Melody, I am so grateful to you and your mission, and I wish you all the best. And I know that it's going to be a great event. And you know, when people like yourself continue to do this, good will come out of it. So
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Thank you so much for being here and telling us
you.
about it. Yes, the Justice for Our Streets event is taking place on Saturday, October 26th, from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the McCombs Dam Park, located on River Avenue and 157th Street. For more information on the event, you can visit their social media at No Voice Unheard. Stay tuned for more Open right after this.